We're going to talk about cutoffs here. We're going to start with cutoffs to second base. And we're just going to go right around the field. So cutoff to second base on a ball hit to the left fielder, we're going to have the shortstop. And I know my field's a little bit small here. So ball to the left fielder, shortstop's the cut, second baseman covers, right fielder's backing up, first baseman's backing up. Pitcher should be backing up this way. That's with nobody on and a ball going into second base. Let's say it's a probable double. On a ball hit to left center, same thing. Shortstop's the cut, second baseman's right there. Those guys are the backups. He's occupying this base. On a ball hit straight over his head, we're going to have the shortstop cover, second baseman goes out, and the third baseman, if it's looking like he needs to stay there, he'll stay there. Otherwise, he should be backing up. The pitcher then would be coming over in this area somewhere, floating in this area. Left fielder would be backing up over in here. Typically, I had said earlier that I want the first baseman backing up. That's if we know that this guy's going for second right there. But if it's more than likely just like a single, then we want the first baseman right there for the back pick. First baseman's, you're either backing up or you're on the base for the back pick. We're not just floating in no man's land. We're not just watching the game, you know, from like right in this area. That's pointless. We're either going to be on the bag. Don't get interference either. You got to start off over here, okay? Then, or over here, then once the guy passes you, you would get on the base. So don't get interference there. Ball hit to right field, second baseman's the cut. I can bring my second baseman over, okay? Now all those things are pretty simple, nothing too crazy. Let's get a little bit more advanced now. And we're going to say we're going to throw in some base runners here. And we're going to work through some of these rules. On an automatic double, we're going to throw 3 bases ahead. Okay? That means with nobody on, the batter is right there. It's an automatic double. We're lining up 3 bases ahead. Let's say it's a ball deep in the left center gap. These guys are here. It's an automatic double. We're throwing 3 bases ahead. That means we're lining up for third base. What that means is the shortstop is the cut. We're also going to use a double cut on automatic doubles. So the second baseman needs to be the trailer by about 20 to 30 feet. Let me fix that. So he's our trailer by about 20 to 30 feet right here. Okay? The reason why is if it's an overthrow or underthrow that gets by him, we want him to be able to back it up. The first baseman then needs to be the trailer at second base. So as the runner passes you as a first baseman, I want you to head to second base for a possible back pick. And you're trailing the guy, so you don't want him to know. You're super sneaky. You're going stealth mode. So let's get our batter here. He hits a double. It's a nice shot. He's feeling good about himself. Da-da-da-da-da. He's digging for 2, thinking about maybe 3. He gets a pretty bold turn. Well, meanwhile, you as first baseman, you're trotting in behind him. This guy's thinking 3, and now he's like, nah, I think I'm gonna stay at 2. Shortstop, boom, back picks, we got that guy. It's a great play. That means as a shortstop, that's an automatic for you guys. You gotta catch the ball immediately, look that way, and you gotta be ready to throw. That means right as you catch the ball, get your feet set to throw to third base, and the arm's already going. I mean, it's coming up and it's getting ready to fire. Now, if there's no play there, we're not just gonna wing the ball around, right? But if you got anything, any speck of this guy leaning, this guy a little bit too far off, if you think you got a shot, throw it. That also means, right fielder, you have to be backing up. There's no excuse to not be there. If the right fielder's backing up, if this guy's doing his job, that guy's doing his job, this guy comes up ready to throw, he can throw that ball, and who cares? If it gets by him, that's fine. We're there, right? We're backing it up. he's got to have the confidence that that right fielder is going to be there. That goes on the flip side of it. If the ball's hit into the right center gap and we got the second baseman going out for the cut, you know, vice versa with the trailer there and stuff, or a ball hit into the corner, we got to make sure that we've got our backups where they're supposed to be, so that we can look for those back picks with the confidence of knowing that we're going to have a guy there, so we can really let it fly and not worry about an error. So those are the 3 rules on our automatic doubles. Always throw the ball 3 bases ahead. That means if there's a runner on first base, let's say our batter is right here, runner's on first base, where are we going with this cut? Automatic double. Let's say the ball's hit deep into right center this time. We'll flip it. Ball's hit deep into right center. We got these guys going. We're throwing 3 bases ahead on all automatic doubles. That means that this guy is going to try and score, so this cut should be coming home. Okay? 3 bases ahead on an automatic double. We're lining up home there. There was a runner on first to start with. This is the batter. He's going to get second automatically. So we're lining up home. This brings up the next part of our relays. On balls hit over, hold up. On balls hit over our outfielders' heads, boy, I've got 4 outfielders out there. That's not good. That's illegal. On balls hit over the outfielders' heads, on a cut coming home, the middles go out and take the cutoff. So ball hit that ends up at the fence or something, you know, just anything past their heads by a good margin. Then the middle infielders are the relay guys, and anything that's at or in front of our outfielders, so if it's at or in front of him, then our corner guys are the cuts. So that's on cuts coming home. Again, let me say that again, just because that might have been a little bit confusing. On a ball hit over our outfielders' heads, on a cut coming home, the middles go out and get the cut. On a ball at or in front of our outfielders, on a cut coming home, then our middles are our cuts. How do we know which middle to use? On anything hit from left center over, so let's say about right here, anything over, third baseman's the cut. On anything there over this way, the first baseman's going to be the cut. So from left center or center field-ish over that way, the first baseman's the cut. One of the biggest mistakes, get this pitcher backing up. Look at him, he's not doing anything. He's got, get back there. On these cutoffs that are at or in front of the outfielders coming home, the big tendency is for our middles, or sorry, our corner guys to go out too far. They come out here, like beyond the base path. As a third baseman, you're never going to go beyond the base path unless you've got some guy with an injured arm or just a really horrible arm. You're not going to go beyond that base path. So you should be staying in front of the base path to even in here. Most of the time, you're really just a target for the outfielders to throw through. And as an outfielder, the rule of thumb is throw right through your cutoff man's head. If you got a great arm and the throw's online and it's got good carry, it's going to go right to the catcher anyways, and we won't cut it. If you need some help, that's when he steps in to cut that ball off. Same thing with pitcher, or sorry, same thing with the first baseman. Our first baseman on these cuts coming home, at the very furthest, will go on the back side of the mound. Usually we want him on the front side of the mound, or over here, same thing. He's never going to go beyond the base path. Usually we want him more like in the 60-foot region, or about 2/3 of the way up the line. So those are a few rules on cutoffs. I know that's a lot to take in, so you're going to have to watch this a few times. Make sure that you get that stuff down. Just in general, though, kind of our basic cutoffs. We're going to use the corners on balls at or in front of the outfielders on cuts coming home. We're going to use the middles on balls that get out there pretty far. On automatic doubles, we're throwing 3 bases ahead. On automatic doubles, we're going to use a double cut with those middle infielders. as a first baseman, once the runner passes you and he's going for second, then you're the trailer, and we want those cutoff men to be looking for those back picks. We want a lot of back picks to the first baseman when he's the trailer, or on routine singles, we want a lot of back picks coming in to first base. Let's say nobody on, nobody out, routine single, comes out this way, let's say, left fielder gets it, lobs it in to the shortstop, boom, snap throw behind him. So that means that all you guys got to be doing your jobs. In this case, that would be the shortstop being ready to throw, no hesitation. If you hesitate, you don't have a shot. That means the first baseman being on his bag, looking for it. That means the catcher, you start off down here, is also backing up. That means the right fielder is backing up too. If all those guys are doing their jobs, then those guys have the confidence to really go after those outs and make those great plays, which is the fun part of baseball, right? Like, we don't just want to be out there playing a boring brand of baseball. Look to make those great plays, and it'll keep you in the game too. Last thing, I just heard this weekend, but I really like it. As an outfielder, you should always be taking 20 steps on each ball that's in play. 20 steps, moving somewhere, and then you can get a read on if you need to continue in that direction. But always be looking to be active with those feet, taking those 20 steps. So hope that helped you guys out. Keep watching this. I know that some of that was a little bit scattered and confusing, but there's a lot to cover with cutoffs there. Hopefully you got most of that down.